Welcome to Larry's Library, and it is the beginning of a new month and a new year, and it's the first Tuesday, so it's time for Top 10 Tuesday. So now I'm doing my Top 10 must-have graphic novels and omnibuses for the remainder of 2026. So many expenses and so much stuff hit us the last of 2025 and now going into 2026. I didn't even manage to get all of last year's must-have top 10s. I got most of them, but a few I still have eluded me. But they're on my big FOMO buy list, so they haven't escaped me yet. So far, they're all still in print. So, well, all but one. One got away from me, but most of them are still in print. So we'll see what happens. But let's get started with this one. Okay, at number 10, I have the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, number 2 hardcover. Of course, this is DC. Don't see me buying a whole lot of DC, but, a few really get me and I have to grab them, and this is one of them. I really, really enjoyed the first volume of this, and so I can't wait to pick up the second one. DC has a tendency to put their hardcovers out in standard size, and I'm pretty sure that's what this one is based on the solicits and the price points and everything. But this is written by Brian Buccellato, maybe, and with art by Christian Deuce. Now, I did not look to see if this was the same artist from the first one. I hope it is, because I really enjoyed the art in that one. Let me know down in the comments if you know or if you're familiar with this artist. But this one collects just the same series, Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, the second series. And, of course, this was a 6-issue miniseries, so this collects it all in one volume. Wish it was oversized, but I don't think it is, So this one, as of now, shows it due out on 4/28 of this year. Now, this next title would be much higher in the list, but I gotta tell you, the air's been deflated from my tires on this one because it's been pushed back so many times. But I'm still looking forward to reading it. I really want this book, and I hope it doesn't get pushed back anymore. But I'm talking about The Dark Room hardcover, Volume 2. Now, you may remember Volume 1, how much I love that. I did do a review of it. I'll link it up. If I can fit it, I'll link it up below, somewhere. But I really love that first one. Fabulous art by Scott Buoncristiano, who I did interview for the channel. I'll link it too. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Great guy. Written by fan favorite Jerry Dugan. And yeah, now I got a couple different dates on this one, and like I said, I'm not holding my breath that it's even going to come out in 2026, because this has been pushed back for at least 2 years now, so I don't know if it's ever going to come out. But both Amazon and Simon & Schuster, their websites show this due out on 7/7 of this year. But Image's website, who is the publisher, so they say it's due out on 2/25. Now, if you got any better info than these two dates, please chime in down in the comments, because I'm not even going to guess if either one of these are correct. I just hope it comes out, because I want it. At number 8 in the countdown, I have Hawkmoon, The Battle of Camargue, maybe. Not sure how you pronounce that. But check out this beautiful, gorgeous cover. Now, I read the first Hawkmoon hardcover, at least the first one that I'm aware of, also by Titan. This is a Titan property. They have the rights to the Moorcock stuff now, and they're doing a bang-up job with it. Just love it. Titan owns the Robert E. Howard license now and the Michael Moorcock stuff, and man, just a heck of a great publisher. They're putting some good talent on both of these properties, and this one is no different. I'm not sure of the pronunciation, but I'll put them up on the screen. The writer and the artist, I'm not going to try to pronounce either one. I think they're both French, but it's great. At least the first one was. I can't imagine that this one wouldn't be great also. These are pretty slim volumes. They're only 64 pages, but they're not super expensive to buy either. So I think it's worth it. If you like the Moorcock universe stuff, you're probably going to really love this. It's some high fantasy, and I'm there for it. This one is due out on 3/17, according to what I looked up just before the time of shooting. Now, at number 7, I have Black Panther, Revenge of the Black Panther Omnibus. This is the long-awaited omnibus collection that finally collects Jack Kirby's Black Panther run, which was in the 1970s. And it also has the stuff by Ed Hannigan and Peter Gillis, Don McGregor's run, which is really good. I'm not going to name everything it collects, but it collects the Black Panther 1977 series 1 through 15. That's the Jack Kirby run. Some Marvel 2-in-1 issues, a Marvel team-up issue, some Marvel premieres, some Defenders appearances, and just a bunch of scattered appearances of Black Panther also. So there's a lot in here, a lot of really good Bronze Age Black Panther stuff. And I am here for it. This cover I've got here is it looks like it's penciled by Dennis Cohen with Walt Simonson inks. So that's a pretty wild combo. I like it. Anyway, this one show's due out on 2/10. So this one's coming up soon. Hopefully I can manage to snag it before it goes out of print. I just can't, budget is tight anymore, and I can't afford to get these on day of as much as I was doing previously. So, hoping I can snag this one. Hopefully it doesn't go out of print. It doesn't seem like it would. The older stuff collected doesn't seem to go out of print as some of the other things, but you never know. At number 6, I have the next ElfQuest hardcover. Dark Horse is collecting all the ElfQuest stuff in some nice little hardcovers. I mean, they are standard size, but they're still really nice volumes. Dark Horse puts some good hardcovers together, and I'm impressed with everything I've got from them so far. This is ElfQuest, The Final Quest. And this one is showing due out on 2/10 also, so coming up real soon. This is, of course, the original ElfQuest stuff by the fabulous Wendy Peeney and her husband Richard too. So if you've been collecting these, look out for that one. Love this stuff. Right in the middle of the countdown at number 5, I have Punisher and Fury Max by Garth Ennis Omnibus. Now, I don't think I have read any of this material, but I do love Garth Ennis most of the time. And this art looks fabulous as well from what I've seen. So this is collecting the Punisher and Fury Max series, miniseries? I don't know. I guess it's technically a series, but the art listed here is by Goran Parlov and Jason Burrows. This cover is by Dave Johnson. Really nice cover here. And I'll go ahead and read what this is collecting. It's collecting Punisher, the Platoon 2017 series 1 through 6, Fury Max, the 2012 series 1 through 13, Get Fury 1 through 6 from 2024. Didn't even know about that one. And Punisher Soviet, which was from 2019. That's also a 6-issue mini. So yeah, this should be great. I have read plenty of Punisher by Garth Ennis. I have the hardcovers, collecting all of those. Loved all of that. Loved it. And I can't imagine that Garth Ennis wouldn't do a killer Nick Fury, because he does great war comics. So this seems like a can't miss collection right here. Looking forward to it. At number 4, in my must-have graphic novels and omnibuses of 2026, is American Caper Volume 1, Red Pill Blues. And this is a trade paperback. Would you ever imagine I would have trade paperbacks in a top 10 must-have videos? It's so unlike me, but this is the case where I don't have enough faith that this is going to get a hardcover ever. And I did read issue 1 of the single issue of number 1, and I enjoyed it so much that I have to read the rest. I got to know where this story goes and where these characters go, no matter what. So if that means I got to buy a trade paperback, then that's what I'm going to do. So that's why it's number 4. That's why it's so high in this countdown. This is written by Dan Hauser and Laszlo. Art by David Lapham, I believe is the pronunciation. And this collects the first 4 issues of this series. Now, I am assuming it is a series and not a miniseries, but I'm not sure about that. If you know, let me know in the comments, please. And this is due out on 6/30 of this year. At number 3, I have another DC title. It's Batman, Green Arrow, and the Question, Arcadia. Now, this was a Black Label miniseries. I either ran 3 or 4 issues, I'm not sure. But this is written and drawn by Gabriel Hardman. Now, I was not familiar with his work before I read issue 1 in single issue form. And man, I was super impressed. Loved this art. Loved the story tidbit that I read, the issue 1. So I got to have the rest of this one. And Hopefully, since this is a black label and based on the price and some other details, I think this is going to be an oversized edition. So really looking forward to that. Yeah, this is due out on 6/16, and I'm going to pick it up for sure. Now, at number 2, I have another one that's been delayed and pushed back, and I've been waiting so long, it seems like, for Saga Deluxe Book 4. And these are big, beautiful hardcovers. They're oversized. I have the first 3, read them in that format, loved it. Have not touched it since because I'm waiting for this 4th hardcover, and it is due out on 4/15. Of course, this is written by Brian K. Vaughan, one of the greatest modern-day comic book writers, in my opinion, with art by Fiona Staples, and she is awesome. This collects issues 55 through 72 of this long-running space fantasy epic. Just love this series. Can't wait for this one, and that's why it's number 2. But what is my number 1 must-have omnibus, there's a hint, of 2026? Have you guessed it? Some of you may have guessed it. It is Incredible Hulk Return of the Monster Omnibus. Now, this one could have just as easily been named Incredible Hulk by Bruce Jones. I'm not sure why they didn't do that. I mean, that would have worked for me because this is all stuff written by Bruce Jones. Love Bruce Jones, one of my favorite comic writers. He's in my top 10 echelon, I would say, of comic book writers. And he did do a hell of a Hulk. Loved his run. Did not read all of it, but I read quite a bit of it in single issue format. And so I really am looking forward to this one. This is collecting Incredible Hulk, the 2000 numbering of the series, issues 34 through 76. So it's a big old chunk. I think just before the Planet Hulk stuff kind of started. There was a little bit of Peter David in between there, but not much. And then it launched right into Planet Hulk. So this is what was before that, and it is good. It's really good stuff. If you haven't read it, pick this up. It also collects Hulk and Wolverine miniseries 6 hours. I have that in single issue. It's good. 2003 series, a 4-issue run there, a 4-issue series. Really good. Hulk and Thing Hard Knocks from 2004 is another mini, 4 issues. And this cover is by Kari Andrews. Love that cover. This is obviously his homage to the great Jim Steranko Hulk cover. I think it was a Hulk giant size issue. Trying to look on my wall here. I have an autographed print of that cover. Love that. Maybe I'll show a picture of it here. But this is Kari Andrews' homage version of Jim Steranko's Hulk cover. I love it. Very, very good. That's probably the cover I will pick up. I don't know. I haven't seen the other cover yet. I haven't looked at it real close, so I don't know which one, but I like this one a lot. But this is due out in May 5th of this year. This is coming, and I'm a big Hulk guy. I've got a lot of Hulk omnibuses. I've read a lot of Hulk, and yeah, easily my number 1 pick for the year as far as releases go. So yeah, if you're a Hulk fan and you haven't read Bruce Jones's Hulk run, I highly recommend this. This is good stuff. Anyway, I hope you like taking a look at the stuff I'm planning to get this year. Hope I can get them before some of them go out of print. But not to spread FOMO, but it happens sometimes. Not as much as it used to, thank goodness, but it's still a concern. So anyway, hope you like taking a look at these. Please check out my other videos if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't already. It helps out the channel and helps keep me motivated to make more content. And I will catch you next time.